I moved into this neighborhood for its quiet streets and big yards. But if there's one thing that can ruin any peaceful community, it's an HOA president on a power trip. Enter Karen, self-appointed queen of the cul-de-sac. She started bothering me the day I moved in, telling me my mailbox was non-compliant, my truck was too loud, and my porch light was the wrong color temperature. I mostly ignored her. My property is at the far edge of the HOA's reach, and I'd made sure to read every line of the covenants before buying. I knew my house was technically exempt from some of her pettier rules because it was built before the HOA was formed. She hated that. But Karen is the type who doesn't take no for an answer, especially when she invented her own security patrol last month. She basically talked a few neighborhood busybodies into putting on knockoff uniforms, complete with plastic badges and cheap walkie-talkies. They strut around like they're the neighborhood SWAT team, issuing tickets for things like having a garden hose out of place or leaving your garage door open too long. I didn't think they'd ever be dumb enough to come onto my property. Then I got home one afternoon to find my front door cracked open. Inside, I found two of Karen's patrol officers rummaging through my mudroom like they were on a narcotics bust. I asked what the hell they were doing. One of them, a pudgy guy with a fake badge that read HOA Enforcement Unit, told me they were conducting a compliance check. I laughed in his face and told him to get out before I called the real police. He told me I was trespassing on HOA property in my own house. Here's what they didn't know. I don't just work out at the local range. I train the local SWAT team. I'm a retired special tactics instructor, and when I left active duty, the department hired me as a civilian tactical consultant. So instead of calling 911, I called a number I knew would get instant attention. My buddy, the SWAT team leader. I told him I had two wannabe mall cops breaking into my house under color of HOA authority. 5 minutes later, 3 squad cars rolled up, lights flashing. One of the patrol officers tried to stand tough on my porch until a real cop put him face down on the steps in about 2 seconds flat. The other one nearly cried when he saw my SWAT buddy step out in full tactical gear. They'd just finished a training day, and he came over personally for fun. Karen showed up screeching about abuse of power and neighborhood security rights. The officers politely informed her that she'd basically organized an illegal vigilante force that just committed felony burglary. Her patrol got hauled off in handcuffs. Karen herself got slapped with a hefty fine for trespassing, conspiracy, and unlawful entry. Turns out, some of my neighbors had already been fed up with her fake enforcers, peeking in windows and shining flashlights in backyards at night. My little incident was all it took for the board to call an emergency vote and strip her of her title for good. Now the only patrol in my yard is my well-trained German Shepherd, and he doesn't wear a plastic badge. Karen still glares at me when we pass on the street, but she knows better than to step foot on my porch again. If she does, she'll get to meet the real SWAT team, and this time they won't be so polite.